And today is basically our day when we bring this all together and close it out. But before we do that, I know all of you students are just really eager and want to find out who the winners are. But before we do any of that, hold on just a little bit with us. We'd like to bring to you a career panel that will basically showcase to you what is IBM Z, how is it relevant in our world today, and what are some of the career opportunities and journeys one can take on this platform. So to do that, you've heard enough from me. I'm sure you don't want to hear me talk anymore. So I promise I will do very little of that today. But I have some amazing, amazing panelists here with me to share their insights, their thought leadership, their experiences with all of you. And this is truly to paint what that landscape looks like in India today and for the future. So without further ado, I'm going to let the panelists introduce themselves, but let me get started. My name is Sudarshana Srinivasan. I am an IBM Z program manager. I work for IBM in the Z systems team. And in my role, I have the joy and absolute fun of working on putting events like this together and really bringing that global community. And I see Subhashish nodding because he's been on so many events with us. And to bring that global community, right? We're talking developers, we're talking students, we're talking reskillers, educators, whoever, anyone, everyone who even wants to know what IBM Z is, tapping into that pool and talking about IBM Z, getting that platform out there as here is why IBM Z is important. That is what I do as my day job. And because that's my day job, I also do it as a side hustle in events like this. So without further ado, I will let our panelists, we'll go around the virtual table. Let's start with Deepak, if you wouldn't mind kicking us off with an introduction.
Sure, Sudarshana, it's great to be here. My name is Deepak Paul John. I'm a lead software engineer at Volvo Group. Based out of Bangalore. I work in the Center of Excellence mainframe department. So it's been almost 11 years of wonderful journey at Volvo, and in total I've been working in the Z world for about 15 years now. So I'm at Volvo. I'm primarily responsible for tools, methods, processes, and framework, the usual Center of Excellence stuff. Not just that, we also look at setting the mainframe strategy and roadmap for the Volvo mainframe community as a whole. Then I'm currently working on a bit of DevOps enablement with some help from IBM, of course, and then I'm currently also setting up the API economy there, and then I also work on the application security and encryption side as well, did a bit on that, helping application teams out with their requirements. So yeah, that's just a short intro about me. Thank you.
That is so awesome. Thank you so much, Deepak, for being here. Can I call on you, Subhadra, to introduce yourself and talk a little about your role?
Yes, sure. Thank you, Sudarshana. And it's an absolute pleasure to be here. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are. And so I am part of the IBM Systems Development Lab in India. I lead teams that work on different products across the IBM systems portfolio. The Z or the mainframe being one of the biggest platforms that we developed. Right. We also have other servers like Power servers, and then a wide range of storage portfolio. Right. Our lab is about 1,200 people, and we work all the way from designing the processor, right? Like, for example, there are a set of folks in our team who are actually designing the next generation of Z processor, right? Bringing in the innovation, etc. Right? All the way from there up to people who are modernizing the different workloads, giving the infrastructure layers so that some of the latest cloud and container workloads can run seamlessly on all our platforms, right? So that's the kind of depth and breadth that we cover, right? So happy to be here, and we will talk more as we move forward.
Absolutely. Thank you again. Manas, Would love to hear from you.
Yeah, ma'am, thank you for inviting me. So I'm Manas Ghosh, actually working as an assistant professor at RCC Institute of Information Technology, Kolkata, India. Basically, apart from this, I have been teaching since last 20 years, over 20 years, with and plus I have been in software development for 2 years. And throughout this, apart from this, I'm also a part-time research scholar at Jadavpur University, Kolkata. And apart from this, my daily routine, my academics and administrative jobs, I am also working as faculty in charge, training and placement cell as RCC IIT, as well as I'm advocating, I have been advocating this mainframe, Master the Mainframe contest since 2012. So that is my short introduction. Thank you all of you. That means all are good morning as well as again good evening to all of you. And I think I have seen the name of Subhashish in the panelist when he just 2 weeks back he used to take interviews of our students. Okay.
Hold that thought, Manas. We're coming. We want to talk.
Yeah.
We do want to.
Definitely,
So,
definitely.
Subhashish, since Manas mentioned your name, let's hear from you. I think you're on mute.
Yeah, sorry. Sure. So my name is Subhashish Sarkar, and I am a senior SQA engineer working at BMC Software. I have been with BMC for the past 5 years, more than 5 years actually now, actually close to 6 years. My total experience, relevant experience in the IT field is 15 plus years. So when I started, I remember the day when I started my career on IBM Z, and I actually started as an application programmer, right? So I used to write COBOL applications, PL1 applications for airlines, banks. Yeah. But then I have moved from being an application programmer, and when I switched to BMC, I took on the role of a systems programmer. I actually do 2 tasks. I mean, I cover 2 roles, being that of a QA engineer and that of a systems programmer over here in BMC. So some of my friends over here in the call might be thinking about what a QA engineer is. So QA engineer is basically a quality analyst, or in simpler terms, if you may call myself a tester, right? So tester, I won't say that a QA engineer is actually a tester. Testing is actually a subset of the broader QA term. But basically my role is to ensure that all the deliverables that go out of BMC's shop actually are of utmost prime quality, and they do what they're supposed to do, so that our customers are happy. That's it.
Absolutely. Love it. Love it. Joydeep.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Good. So Joydeep here. I have been in the mainframe technology for about 3 decades now. So have been worked on it for ages. One thing which I keep hearing, and if you are following, some of you probably are in my LinkedIn follower. I've been hearing all mainframers are going to retire in next 5 years for about last 2 decades. And I'm looking forward. Probably, what I see today is I see a lot of the profile of the people working on the mainframe has changed drastically, with a lot of young people in the pool than what I had been seeing earlier. And this is a fascinating technology. I advocate it very strongly. I feel very passionately about it, because I keep comparing it with phones. The phone has changed. So if you say phone, the picture you have in mind today is not that rotary phone we used to have. Probably you will see in the old movies, but mobile phone in your hand, right? Similarly, the mainframe, the technology itself has changed. It is one of the best technology with lot of focus on AI. You just wait for the announcement of the next mainframe. where you will see some groundbreaking things happening on that area. And the second part of it is, if you think of today's digital world, in the digital economy, the biggest risk of the digital economy is your data privacy and security. Because everything is online, it is liable to be more hacked today than everything was in files, in papers and files and things like that. I mean, how much can you hack from a paper? You can write down probably one or two things within a time you have. So you need to have a very secure platform. And my day job is, I'm a senior architect in IBM. I lead the mainframe modernization offering. I lead the mainframe modernization advisory services from India, advising our clients on the mainframe modernization. And because of my passion with the mainframe, I've been involved with the Mainframe Academic Initiative from about 2007. And I have helped many colleges in India to develop the mainframe curriculum, mainframe labs. And I have been anchoring the Master of the Mainframe, coordinating it for India for quite some time. So brief about me.
Awesome. Thank you, Joydeep. Something you touched upon in your introduction is a beautiful segue to what I would like to ask our panelists, right? As the first question that comes to mind. What is IBM Z? What is a mainframe? We're talking to Gen Z here. So let's talk about what is IBM Z to the Gen Z community. I think I'm pretty confident most of our participants here are in that age group. And you talked about, every mainframer is going to retire, but there is that diverse pool. So who would like to go first? Deepak, Subhashish, Subhadra, just, get this conversation going on. What is a mainframe? And how is it relevant in today's economy and world?
So, okay, I'm just going to start it off with a quick point, but I really want to hear from my other panelists, right? Because if I say, it can be biased, but I just want to start with a very simple data point. I don't know if this was an in-person thing, we generally ask, and this is what I do, any new joinee comes, do you think, have you really used a mainframe so far? Okay. And, people generally, say, oh, mainframe, that I don't think, I have come across this, right? But then the simplest way to put this, if you have made a telephone call today, if you have used your credit card, if you have made any, reservation in any of the airlines or, any such transaction that you would have done, you can be sure that that transaction has at some point touched the mainframe and then come out of it, right? Because while there are so many end user facing applications and apps and devices and those things, remember the core transactions are all still sitting on, the enterprise systems of record, of which IBM Z or the mainframes, play quite a significant part of it. Right? So that is how I would want to start with. So you can be rest assured that in your day-to-day life, each one of you have, done something with the mainframe, multiple times, at least in a day, right? So that's how I want to start, but I want to hear from others, before we go further. Yeah.
Sure. So may I pitch in, Sudarshana?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So, right. Yeah. So mainframes are computers. Let's be very frank about it. Mainframes are computers, but what's the difference between our laptop and a mainframe, right? So mainframes are enterprise computing systems, right? So think of mainframes as data servers. And I'll give you a very interesting statistics. Mainframes are data servers that are designed to process, if I get the number correctly on top of my head, up to 1 trillion web transactions daily, with the highest levels of security and reliability. Now, people on the phone might be thinking about how big a number 1 trillion is, right? So let me give you an interesting statistics over here. Now, let me set the context for 1 trillion web transactions, and you will understand the power of the modern mainframes. So let's consider this in 1 second, and I have some of the statistics written down over here because these numbers are difficult to remember on top of your head. So in 1 second, around 6,000 tweets are tweeted. And this comes out of an IBM Enterprise Computing slide, which I got hold of maybe a year before. And around 19,000 Tinder swipes happen in 1 second. 20,000 photos, 20,000 plus photos get shared in a second. And think about Google searches that we are doing day in and day out, hour after hour. 63,000 Google searches take place. Now, you are thinking about all of these statistics and say that, wow, all of this happened just in a second. And now I will give you an astonishing number. Hold your breath. More than 1 million mainframe transactions occur in 1 second. So how about that? The closest number was 63,000 Google searches in 1 second. Let us round it to 70,000. And the next closest number I'm giving you is more than 1 million mainframe transactions happening in 1 second, right? So how about that for statistics? And how about that for the power and value of the mainframes that it brings to the modern enterprises all over the world?
That is awesome, Subhashish. Yep. Sure. Deepak, any thoughts to add to that?
Yeah, I think they have summarized it quite well. But on a lighter note, what I would say is this mainframe is the computer in which all the Hollywood movie hackers try to hack into. So that's why is mainframe so widely known? It's one thing you would notice is that now you hear all this buzzword: security, privacy, resiliency. You have all.
I think we just lost Deepak there. We'll give him a minute to join back on. Manas or Joydeep, a couple words on this. Manas,
I'm just adding Subhashish, as per latest documents and the reports, most probably there are out of 100 banks, 92 banks are running on mainframe, because every data centric organization or industries like retail, energy, then public sectors, including banking, they all use a mainframe, but it is the foundation of any type of data centric industries. So if we take top 10 insurance companies or insurers, so out of 10 are using mainframe, doing their transactions and reports and everything. So if you go to the retail industry, say out of 25 top retail industries, 18 are using mainframe behind the scene for their daily day-to-day transactions and everything. So basically, it is used in airlines, it is used in telecoms. So basically, this transaction processing is huge. Basically, there is a kicks there. So that's why mainframe is, this is a more common myth. Mainframe is obsolete now, and no one is using mainframe. This is quite wrong, and that is the problem in India, specifically in academia. Most of the teachers are having this type of misconception. It has been already modernized. It is mainframe is not only for COBOL programming. Now all the programming languages are supported by mainframe, Python, DevOps, and everything. Git, Jenkins, everything is available there. So that is my point of view. This is not the case that you have to do some JCL code and you have to write the COBOL programming for the mainframe, because I have started my career when first I joined RCCIT. My first subject was COBOL at that moment of time. So basically that is my in addition to this, now cloud and as well as this mainframe operate hand to hand. That may become a huge impact on the next generation, because as Jadip told, the older as well as the some mainframe resources are going to be retired or already retired. So new students or new freshers recruiters should have some basic knowledge on mainframe, should have some awareness, so that they can this could become a new human resource for the Zenex. I think so, because that is needed,
Awesome.
because that is very needed, because there must be a scarcity, not even now it is running quite optimistically, but in near future it may be a problem for the industry. So we should start start the immediate start any courses or like awareness program, may it be through master the mainframe in a new design or anything else, so that we can just interact with the students and at least let them understand that there is another opportunity for them, because
Understood.
to explore.
Exactly. So sounds like there is a lot of opportunity is what you're sharing, and we'll come to that topic too. But Deepak, we lost you there briefly, and I know you were sharing a thought. So if you could please continue with that.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. It seems I'm having some issues with Zoom. It keeps restarting, so I don't know if you lose me again. So I'm not really sure what's going on. But yeah, I was just mentioning that we hear a lot of buzzwords around this, but I would like to present this from a Volvo perspective, right? What's mainframe doing for Volvo? Because when I joined Volvo, my friends asked me, I mean, aren't you a mainframe programmer? And Volvo makes trucks. What are you doing there? I mean, it's like, usually it's a notion that its mainframe is predominantly used in financial banking sectors, but yeah, that's in fact a fact. But then Volvo, if you look at the IT landscape for Volvo, almost 10% of the applications we have around 5,000 applications, almost 10% of it, and some of these 10% of it is actually mainframe applications, and you're talking about applications which have been built probably way back from 1980s. And some of these are mission critical applications, right? So these are like applications which handle warehousing data, probably parts, orders, and we have this requirement for these applications to be available 24/7. And I think Manas brought this up, that people think that mainframe is kind of going away in next 5 years, and I really don't think so. The reason is a couple of these applications, they have, as part of their modernization strategy, they have tried to move out of mainframe, and I cannot name those applications, but some of them multiple times in the last probably 5-6 years, and they have failed. And
Yeah.
right now, when I look at it, mainframes are just below the supercomputers, and probably what the NSA or the defense organization of each countries have at their disposal. These are literally large computing systems, which is probably just with computation power sitting just below the actual supercomputer.
Yep. So I think Deepak is having some Zoom problems. That's too bad, but we'll wait for him to join back. The one thing I will add, and I think everybody on our panel will agree, is mainframes. Hi, Deepak. Mainframes are.
Really sorry about that.
No worries. No worries. We'll work through it.
I'm trying to switch to my phone, see if that's better, because yeah, but
So-
yeah, I'll let you speak for the time being.
No.
So one of the things probably, so Sudarshan, I would like to add on to the multiple things which have been already said, is mainframes are much more energy efficient. And that is very important to understand in today's world of sustainability. About 53% more energy efficient than x86 processors. And what I see is many of our clients have sustainability angle in their computing environment. And switching over to the workloads, the mainframe helps a lot. So probably many of this audience are when you talk of mainframe, I ask, what do you mean by a mainframe? I mean, do you mean the traditional ZOS, which was there? I mean, when I say traditional, I mean because it had a long higher history. Or do you mean Linux on the mainframe? Or do you mean something else? Because the word has got multiple connotations. And we are actually moving a lot of x86 server workloads to the virtualized LPARs on Linux on the IBM Z box for our clients, many clients, and this has two benefits. One is I talked about sustainability, and second is it also reduces the cost of licenses and admin cost and admin work power cost. It reduces e-waste. You reduce the number of network cable, the networking cost, and other things.
Awesome. I mean,
that is one angle one has to think also when you think of mainframe.
Yeah, so it is not only a transaction and data processing warehouse, kind of a really powerful machine, but that is reliable, secure, available. Uptime is amazing, right? The mainframes pretty much don't go down at all. And it's not that, cards or processors aren't changed, but there is always a failover available. So you can do some of these maintenance and upkeep without having to bring your machine down. And there are stories, if you look these up, of how mainframe hasn't gone down in this whole new millennium, and they overcame through the Y2K problem and all of that without bringing their machine down. So this machine's been up for over 20-30 years, no questions asked kind of story. So I'm not making this stuff up, it's all out there. You can look it up as well. But let's talk a little about careers, right? I think that's what students want to know when you're so close to getting your undergrad done or graduate school done. You're thinking, which way should I go? And we have some panelists here who are in different fields and areas of the mainframe, right? And IBM Z, as IBM calls it. So what can a student work on? What can a student do if they said they were to explore a career in IBM Z?
Do you like, can I start?
Please. Yeah, please. Okay. Anybody.
I am not going to miss out on any opportunity where I can get good, talent to join us, right? So as I told you, I run the systems development lab, and, we actually are looking at talent across the stack. Like, as I said, if you're good at electronics and if you want to come and innovate and design the processor, or you want to write some firmware systems management code, virtualization, or if you're good at operating systems, don't worry about ZOS as a proprietary or whatever, right? Operating system is a generic skill. Once you have that, you would be able to fit in any of the flavors, right? And like someone else pointed out, Linux runs very well on Z, right? And we are looking for Linux programmers. Then if you move up further, there are things like, containers, OpenStack, you're basically your, infrastructure layer that is very crucial for the cloud, right? Then on top of that, I think AI is the flavor that you are hearing, right? There are so many different AI related, workloads that are running on Z, right? So that's the kind of spectrum of, opportunities that I can talk. And, especially from IBM Labs perspective, we have quite a few open positions. You could find them in the IBM website. These are posted on LinkedIn. If you want to personally reach out to me, you can grab me from, by taking the coordinates from this call. I'll be more than happy to support that. But that's the IBM story, right? And I'm sure Joydeep and others would share a little bit more. But I also want you to know from an India landscape perspective, there's such a large development community that works on mainframes, right? And this is for our global clients, right? Like any other field, India has an army of people who are working on, application development, analytics, or, AI, or whatever you call it, right? The end-to-end spectrum. And these are across our clients. And I think Deepak is a great example, where, that we just heard, right? So that's a non-IBM flavor of that, right? But if you're interested in systems programming, yes, you can do master the mainframe and other things. But then I'm saying if your mind is in the base, understanding what happens at a system level and working on the stack, the place that you should look for is the systems lab here. And I'm sure you will enjoy the career. Just to let you know, I was like you 22 years back. My favorite time pass in the college when I was in my undergrad was to go to the Unix lab, replace some of the commands with my own code so that people will suddenly see some funky, output coming up, right? From there, I joined IBM, and today I run one part of the lab, right? So my career entirely has been with systems, right? So that's what, one of the examples that I can quote. Yeah. Thank you, Sudarshan.
That is such an awesome journey. So I know, Subhadra, thank you for touching upon and saying how our clients need it, and the landscape today in India is there is a need. So since we do have one of our clients, Deepak, here on the call from Volvo, Deepak, how do you see, what are some career journeys or opportunities that students can think of if they were to consider mainframe, which I hope everyone on the call does?
Yeah, when I look at it, it's, mainframe is one of the most stable and safe platform for somebody to launch their career. And I think Subhadra just mentioned that, if you're interested in system programming side, or if it's just Unix side, you could always move over. If you look at Volvo specific, requirements, what we guys do, we actually have a 150 strong mainframe community at Volvo right now. And for the whole Volvo group, I'm not just talking about India, but then for the whole Volvo group all over world, India is the preferred location for mainframe talent pool. So that's a big a plus for us, because we can actually focus on the resources who on board, we training people, those kind of things which we usually do as part of COE. It's a lot more easier for us, and the focus is that to build the competency in India compared to other sites. So you can see that from a career perspective at Volvo, I mean, what the mainframers can actually expect. And then, it's not just that you need to stop here. Usually people start as an application programmer. They either move on to architect role, or some move on to business analyst. I mean, I'm talking more specific to Volvo, but then it needn't stop there if people are interested in analytics. So, you have enough capability for in place or real-time, near real-time analytics on the mainframe. When it comes to virtualization, if you want to be even a security architect, I've seen a lot of opportunities. And right now, Volvo doesn't have its own infrastructure. We handed it over to one of our service providers, and I know that they are actually looking for people from mainframe. So I kind of feel that there's enough opportunities for people, but then there are not enough people to take it probably. So from a career perspective, I think it's a very, very good launching platform for people to start their career on mainframe. They can always, and right now when I look at it, companies are looking more at a T kind of profile, right? Where you build your competency on a probably on a particular or a group of related technologies, and then you have a cross skill experience across multiple technologies. So people are actually interested in that kind of career profiles as well. And when it comes to Z, yeah, I feel that my career started about 15 years back here, but right then and now I still feel mainframe is a pretty good platform to launch your career.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Deepak. I do want to quickly talk about one program that Manas has been driving from an academic point of view and some success he's had. And I think, Subhashish, you can tag team here with Manas to talk about what has happened here in the recent past. And we can bring on one quick guest speaker. I want to be cognizant of time, but I do want to touch upon this topic. Manas, you want to talk a little about what you've been doing with the mainframe curriculum and how you teamed up with BMC recently?
Yeah, actually, this curriculum is designed by Joydeep Dar. So basically, he's the key person. If you allow, shall I just share my screen? Then I can show you a snaps or just one slide so that you can understand what are the content of that particular
Sure.
syllabi. So that was a six semester, that means 6 months course. And if you allow, then I can just share
Yes,
my screen
please.
so that yeah. So that will
Absolutely.
be better because if I just read it out, then it may not
No,
be show.
makes sense. Lata, can you give him? Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Actually,
It's
this is the curriculum developed. I think is it visible?
yes, we can see it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So there are 7 modules here. So first one is the enterprise computing basics, which includes Z-Basics as well as including JCL and as well as VS Code, through which we can connect to the mainframe, and the basics, definitely basic commands on how to connect the mainframe and how can you interact with the operating system. That is the first module. Second module is application programming, where we cover COBOL, Java, and Python in System Z. And then the transaction processing, that is the main important part, which include definitely MQ and kicks also. So next we move to the data management in module 4, where databases, different type of file systems, in-memory database and data application, that will be covered. In module 5, that is only for API and Kafka integration. And 6 is the data virtualization, visualization, and analytics as a brief introduction. And last one is the agile developer, which include DevOps, Git, and Jenkins. So main stress will be on hands-on. So here you will just find on total 110 hours is devoted in the hands-on session, and definitely others topics will be covered by our alumni or some persons from IBM. I think they will help us. And the most important part is that this particular curriculum is not for our college. This is definitely our college will that it will be mandatory for the students of RCCIT, but this will be open for all the colleges affiliated under Maulana Abul Kalam Azad University of Technology. That means there are 172 colleges under this university. This will be open for all.
Awesome.
Okay. This will be open for all. That's I think Joydeep may include something in, about this syllabus, and there is an approval process. It may change because I will share it to others, Subhadra as well as Deepak and Subhasis also. If they can make some changes, so we can include it later on. But this is for approval process. We have just jot down some topics, and this will be given to the university for BOS, Board of Studies. They will approve this syllabus. Then we can launch the program, and the time is January onwards. From January, it will be offered to the students of RCCIT as well as all the students, engineering students of West Bengal.
This is so comprehensive. When I look at it, this is amazing. Thank you so much for sharing, Manas. So we do, Subhashish, do you want to talk a little about, the work you've done with Manas and his college? Because I think there was recently a hiring engagement that you went through, and we do have one such new hire here, Sushmita. I would love to hear from her before we wrap up. We have a couple minutes to wrap up.
Yeah, sure, Sudarshana. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this was our first, foray into the world of college fresher hiring, right, for BMC Software, at least in India. These things happen in US, but this was the first time we forayed over here in India for the mainframe space. And yeah, I mean, what Manas showed us is a comprehensive enough curriculum, I'll say. All these skills are highly sought after in today's mainframe market. That's what we were also looking for when we were interviewing the different students. I mean, of course, we didn't expect anyone to be technical experts in any of these fields, but what we were looking for is definitely an interest in the platform, to work for the platform, right? So if tomorrow we bring you into the industry, it should not be that you are not willing to work on a mainframe centric project. And what we found out as interviewers was a very interesting trend. So students coming out of the colleges whom we interviewed, they were thinking on a perspective as to why they should start their careers on the mainframe enterprise computing platform. So that was one of the very basic questions we were sort of answering for each of the students that got into the technical panel. Now, the students might think, and it's very natural for them to think that way, well, I have the opportunity to be a web developer, a full stack developer, a mobile app developer, or I can, as a student, I can even start my career in artificial intelligence, machine learning, or that I want to be a data scientist. Now, what if I could tell all the students over here who are listening to this call, and maybe some of them who listen to this recording later on, what if I could tell all of you that the modern mainframe computing platform actually provides you with all these opportunities, right? Exactly. Now, yeah, what if I could tell you that you could apply all these skills of yours on a single computing platform? So would you not love to work on such an enterprise computing platform? Would be my first question to the students, right? Also, what if I could tell the students that all these modern as well as traditional programming languages that you have spent so much time and effort, right, to learn during all these days, languages like C, C++, Java, Python, Node.js, or the modern Golang from Google, right? So you can straight away start using these languages on the modern computing platform, on the modern mainframe computing platform, right? You don't need to learn any rocket science after entering into the industry. You already bring the skill sets along with you. So start applying the skill sets from day one on the platform, right? So that is what the modern enterprises are expecting you to do as part of mainframe modernization efforts and DevOps initiatives and things like that, right? So think of it like this to all the students. The modern mainframe platform is an open source based. Let me tell you this way. So it's all about being able to apply what you have already learned all these years from day one. So I think if I, as a student, if I was told this, and I was asked if I would be interested to work for the platform, I would definitely raise my hands and say yes.
Absolutely. Subhashish, you hit the nail on the head. It's not an either or, it's an and, right? This is perfect. Bringing your skills and the platform, giving you an opportunity to explore any and all of those skills. It is the best for when you have data close to where the platform and your transactions are. So what is the best place to do that? An IBM Z, where it can handle that volume of data and transaction processing. So you're thinking machine learning, you're thinking AI, Z is the platform to do it on. So, you're thinking modern technologies, you can apply all of it. So thank you, Subhashish. That was awesome. That was amazing. We are almost up on time. Actually, I'm running over by a few minutes, but I want to give Sushmita a couple minutes to talk about her experience, because she went through Manas's, sort of that academic program that he has going on and was recently hired. So Sushmita, would you mind going off mute and sharing what this experience has been like for you, one, on the learning side, and then two, with the process of interviewing and landing a job? What does it feel like?
First of all, good evening and good morning, everyone. As you said, I'm from RCC Institute of Information Technology. First and foremost, I'd like to thank IBM for organizing such a wonderful competition where we not only are participating but are also able to learn such new technology. I won't say new technology, of course, such technology which is effective and productive as well. We are learning COBOL, JCL, REXT, CList, all of these in this competition. I'm not an expert in these, but of course they have sparked interests. in me. So I want to learn more about mainframe and all the things they provide, means mainframe provides. And while completing this challenge competition, I faced several issues, of course, several system errors, silly errors, but with the help of our professors and such beautiful instructions and images and directions provided, the study materials that were provided in this competition, I was able to, like overcome all of the hurdles and complete the mainframe Pentium competition. So, and that is how I landed this job in BMC. Subhashis sir only took my interview that day. I don't know if he remembers or not.
So do you remember that? Oh, great.
Yeah.
I remember that. When I saw your name today, I was like, oh my God, you only took my interview and I'm...
No, you did great. I would like to congratulate you on your new journey.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, I think we
Thank
all
you, sir.
like to congratulate you on this amazing, like you said, no platform or no technology is going to come easy, right? There will be hurdles, but what got you where you are is your perseverance. And so huge round of applause for that. Congratulations, Smita.
Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you for sharing. And so before we wrap it up, I just would like to give all of our panelists a quick, like a 5-second, 10-second, what would you want to leave these students with as your thought for the day?
So should I start?
Yes.
Okay, great. So two things. I usually say this whenever I am asked this question in whatever sessions I am at. I usually like to give this answer, the same answer which I'm providing over here. Number one, be a student for a lifetime. So that's what I personally believe. And you might have already heard people say this multiple times, that change is the only possible constant. And this saying, I believe, cannot be more true for the competitive IT landscape of today, right? So, and for me, competition keeps on growing by the day. I mean, competition isn't shrinking, it's actually growing by the day. So the only possible way to survive in this industry, or for that matter, any industry you decide to build your career in, is that you have to constantly upskill yourselves. So that's how today's ever-evolving IT landscape is. Keep on learning and acquiring new skill sets to help keep you relevant in this age of tremendous competition. And number two, brush up your soft skills as well. While technical skills are definitely your strongest selling point, soft skills are equally very important. So as a simple example, I love to quote this example. So no one actually likes to hire a candidate who is technically superb, say technically very brilliant, but displays hostile attitude towards being collaborative and a team player, right? Nobody likes that type of attitude. I mean, you as technically brilliant as you are, you should also have good soft skills. Like you should be a team player. You should have the attitude to learn new skills, pick up new skills. You should have the attitude to work in a team. So definitely, along with your technical skills, do focus on brushing up your soft skills. So that's the two things I'll say.
Thank you, Subhashish. Deepak and Subhadra, Joydeep, anyone?
Sure. In fact, Subhashish did cover part of what I wanted to say, that never to stop learning. I mean, my whole career, I mean, I made it a point to never stop learning, reading. I'm not talking about reading newspapers, but yeah, either it has to be something technical or like, yeah, Subhashish did mention about soft skills. Yeah, that's something which I would focus on as well. Another thing I wanted to bring out was that, find what you're passionate about, find what you actually love to do. If it's got something to do with your career, well and good. And then if once it's found, and how I found my thing was that I really like this kind of center of excellence kind of work which I did. I mean, it's a role which I specifically picked at Volvo. I initially started my career as an application developer, but then I thought when I see I had a passion for something more, to guide people, to to set things up to make others' life easier. So that's usually what the COE kind of work actually does. So find what you're passionate about, and then you don't actually have to work. I mean, it's always fun at work for you. I mean, you will never find that you actually have to work so hard to earn some money. It won't be like that. So that's something which I wanted to tell to the students who are listening in.
Awesome.
And thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Deepak. Subhadra.
Very simple. Be curious, and grab every opportunity that comes your way. Give your best, no preconceived notions, especially when you're early in your career. Grab everything and do your best. I'm sure rest, people around you will take care. All the best.
That is so beautiful. Joydeep and Manas, we'll wrap this up with you.
So just, I think I totally resonate with Subhashish, and while I talk with my mainframe team, and quite some time, it has been quite a number of years, I kept telling them that you have to reinvent yourself, because tomorrow, if you don't know how to write Java on the mainframe, some Java programmer is going to come and do that work, and you will be mainframe is not going to go obsolete when mainframers may get obsolete, and you need a different type of skills. So the number one, like Subhashish said, is you have to keep on learning. Technology will change, different things will happen. You have to scan the technology horizon, and you have to pick up the new skills. And on soft skill, it is bang on the topic. I in my course of my interviewing several candidates, this had been a roadblock for many of technically very good candidates. So I think you should have a very good soft skill, be able to present your thoughts in a very coherent fashion, because you are working in a team, in a larger community across the world, not only in Indian context, not only in your zonal context.
Yeah. Thank you, Joydeep.
And Sudarshan, from my point, as Subhashish and Deepak stressed upon the learning part, so I consider myself as a motivator or facilitator rather than teacher, because they are the masters of this. I would like to have some sessions. I would like to attach with IBM as well as others who are present here. So as a motivator, what the facilities are available in academic initiatives? There are IBM Global Spirit Hub, there is Master the Mainframe in a new form, IBM Z Academic Cloud, Linux One, then a virtual tour. There are so many, and at the end, not the least, that is a Joy. Joy is there for project open mainframe project, which enables anyone to access the integrated and extensible open source platform framework for ZOS. That is also available. There is plenty of resources available where they can learn. Yep. I will definitely my actual role will be as a facilitator. I have been advocating this Master the Mainframe as well as the academic initiative. I did have some training, conducted some training with Jadip, as well as other alumni also. So my only suggestion is that mainframe is not no longer require any proprietary OS or a traditional COBOL programming. Learn that is enterprise computing, and whatever you think it may be AI or machine learning or data science, whatever may be, you do it with this Z. That is my IBM Z systems are there to do everything, whatever you want to do with IBM Z. That will be my role, and anyone who are attending, students who are attending this session, definitely if you need some help, anything else, so please do contact me. I will be happy to love to share the ideas and anything help you if you need. I will give the support. So that from my end. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you all to our amazing panelists. A huge round of applause. I hope everybody is clapping when you're off camera. Thank you for taking your Friday evening and spending the time to share with these students about why an IBM-Z and what kind of career opportunities are available to them, not just to get started, but as a long-term career pathway. Thank you all so much. So with that, we wrap up our career panel. And I'm going to hand it off to our Shooting Stars team. We do have a few winners to announce. So I hope everyone's excited because we are. And thank you, Jean, for joining us. Jean Brooks, from our IBM team. She's here to announce the winners. So stay tuned.
Perfect. Thank you, Sudarshana. Thank you, panelists. This session was great. It was very informational, very inspiring. One thing that I loved out of it, that IBM-Z uses sustainable technology. It's sustainable to use. This is one thing that I go ahead with while choosing any technology nowadays. Okay, now coming to the announcements, right? Before we announce, we have a few, very few slides. We'll quickly cover through them and then go to the announcements, right? Akansha, do you want to move to the next slide? Yes. So we'll be you all of you must know we actually took a post survey result, and we have a few reactions from you which we want to discuss. First of all, for this hackathon, 1,400 students registered. This was an amazing response. All of you worked so collaboratively. We formed 80 teams, students from 38 countries participated, 28 Indian states, and it's 10 IBM volunteers. So many SSF volunteers were here. So the slide tells us that it took us a tribe to deliver an event of this scale, right? And we were so happy to look at your results, look at your submissions. If you could just move to the next slide, Akansha. So we had 23 submissions across beautiful themes, all on technology for good. We had solutions on COVID, we had solutions on malnutrition, fake news detection, healthcare, so many beautiful themes coming up, so many inspiring ideas that were there. All of you have used technology and have made sure that the impact of these solutions are for the social good, the good of the community. Very excited and happy to see this.
Abhi?
Yes.
Can you move back to the old slide, please? Previous slide.
Yes.
So Sudarshana or any of the judges, you want to give any detailed feedback? I know you have even though we're going to announce 3 prizes, you guys have gone through the entire spectrum of projects. So would like a few more lines, I mean, for all the effort that the kids put in. So anything more to add here?
Yeah, sure. I am happy to chime in. I just want to say, the students definitely showcased, curiosity and the willingness to learn, because in 24 hours, they were all able to, at least get a feel for what IBM-Z is and how to work with, the environment that we had put together. So jumping into Jupyter notebooks and uploading data and getting it on the mainframe and working with their model. Every one of the teams that we were able to look at, right? There's truly teamwork that came to play. It wouldn't have been possible otherwise to achieve what they did in 24 hours. So a huge round of applause to all of the teams for your submissions. I know it was quite the challenge, but you overcame challenges, which was obvious in your presentations, and you came through, right? So it's, I think, a big round of applause to all of you for submitting and being part of this Datathon, for following through. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. Yes. We in fact, we had amazing survey. So we had a post event survey and we had amazing responses from the students. Students loved it. These are a few examples of what we read from there. Sudarshana, I think Sudarshana and IBM team, Alex, Joe, everyone, every student had so beautiful comments for you. And people were very, all students were very inspired. I think they could feel the motivation and the passion that IBM brings into this ecosystem, right? So it's fantastic. From the SSF, we saw a lot of comments for Kamalpreet, Akansha. People were very appreciative of your efforts, and all of them were thanking you for the continuous support that you guys were able to provide. Very happy to see this slide here. Lata, anything that you would like to add to it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as you said, it took a tribe, and not only it took a tribe, it took us 3 months, Sudarshana. When did we start? I don't know. We started last year, speaking about this 1 year back, but about 3 months back, Sudarshana came back to Shooting Stars and said, hey, let's do this event together. Jean and Sudarshana, we had multiple calls. And then I would say the last 8 weeks, it was pretty much, daily meetings, WhatsApp, and, the lot of communication thing. Sudarshana, I would give a huge shout out to Sudarshana. The way, the enthusiasm, the number of hours, the thought process, right? So it takes a lot to get here. So definitely Sudarshana, put in a lot of effort, and the entire Shooting Stars team, again, all of us are volunteers, so we don't get anything. I mean, Sudarshana, everybody, I mean, there's no need for us to run this event at all, but it's out of pure passion the entire team ran. We want to, get this out, the technology for good aspect, the IBMZ aspect, and we all get motivated and gained by it. So thank you. This has been a wonderful journey.
It's been amazing to work with the Shooting Stars team. I know when I say this, Jean and I and our IBMZ team would like to thank Shooting Stars for all the collaboration and the work that you put into organizing it. It was so smooth and almost like flawless. So thank you, team. Thank you. This has been a great experience. I hope the students feel the same way.
Okay.
All right, Jean.
The nail biting.
Right. So can you all hear me?
Waiting. I know the students are waiting. Yes, we can.
Yes.
Oh, great. Okay. So hi, everybody. I'm Jean Brooks, Worldwide IBMZ Community Leader. And it's an honor today for me to announce the winners of our Datathon. But first, wow, what an amazing event this has been. And it's all because of you, each one of you, and your passion to learn. You brought this event to life and you made it a huge success. So now on to the winners. IBMZ and Shooting Stars.
Jean, one second. We just want to.
Can you hear me?
We can, Jean, but yeah, we have a few more slides. We have a few more slides before we announce the real winners. So
these are different prizes. Other prizes first.
Do you want me to pause? I will pause my excitement. I will go back and bring me on when you're ready.
Let's create some more anxiety into the students. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Okay.
Okay.
We're so excited.
So
go ahead, Abby.
Okay.
Yes.
So here comes the excited part of the evening or morning you all were waiting off. So first of all, I'll be announcing the winners for Kahoot quiz that was held on IBMZ Day. So winners are, first prize goes to Manjeet Singh, winning $125. Congratulations. Woohoo!
I know. Really.
Second prize goes to Salisu Ali, winning $100. And third prize goes to Vetraval MD, winning $75. Fourth prize goes to Naveen Krishna, winning $50. And fifth prize goes to Shrut Siga SR for winning $25. Congratulations, guys. Kudos to you guys. You have done an amazing job. Thank you for participating. Next slide, please. Okay. So we have blog entry winners as well. So the winners are, okay, Rashi Singh and Parijat Saha. Congratulations, guys. You are winning $25 from us. Thank you guys for participating and putting your blogs onto the IBMZ community portal. Thank you, guys. And next comes 3 event survey winners. So winners are Hashim and Ilakiyavi. Woohoo! You will be winning gift cards from us. Thank you guys for filling out the surveys. It means a lot for us. Okay, so next we have conducted few events during the 24-hour Datathon. So first was AIML Kahoot quiz. The winners are Salisu Ali, Dhruv Krishnan, Soumya Shah. Thank you so much, guys. Congratulations. Congratulations for winning the gift cards. We will be reaching out to you guys. And other one was team photo winners. So the winner is Team Fantastic Four. Congratulations, guys. You have made it. Next is, okay, so we haven't announced it here earlier. So the post event survey winners are, okay, so Saurabh Khule, Utkarsh Agrawal, and Avireddy Rohan. Woohoo! Thank you so much, guys, for filling out the forms. We really appreciate that you have taken out the time and filled the constructive thoughts. And thank you, highly appreciate it. And so the video feedback winners are Prudentia Maziku, Avijit Nair, Lake Khan. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for submitting your videos. 30-second videos were submitted. That we really loved your videos. Thank you so much and congratulations, guys. So next we have, okay, so hold your breath. Jena, over to you.
Finally.
Are you sure?
Okay. Sure.
Just checking.
All right.
Okay. So back again. And again, now on to the winners. IBMZ and Shooting Stars Foundation are very excited to announce our top 3 winners of the IBMZ Global Student Datathon. The competition was intense, high quality of submissions from so many of the students around the world that joined, and congratulations to everyone in advance. So the 3 Datathon winners are Tech for Good exemplars who developed highly innovative projects leveraging machine learning on IBMZ to use data to impact the world in a positive way. The judging criteria included value to community, novelty or idea creativity, and design, and leveraging technology, ML on Z. And starting with 3rd place, I'll share a bit about the winning submission before we announce the team. So the inspiration for our 3rd place winning team was the thousands of farmers who are losing their livelihoods to debt because they are not able to produce crops at the same yield as before due to uneven rainfall and chemical imbalance in the soil. The team gathered a data set built by augmenting data sets of rainfall, climate, and fertilizer data to assess trends of crops, considering different environmental and geographical factors. Leveraging machine learning on Z, they were able to analyze crop patterns and cluster them using various algorithms. This enabled them to understand various trends in the crops and efficiently do mixed cropping and crop rotation to improve yield. So what's next for this team? They plan to deploy the project as an app to be able to extend a helping hand to farmers and help optimize agriculture production using data science tools and machine learning on Z. And the winner of 3rd place is, drumroll, Team 34.
Congratulations.
Optimizing agriculture production. You know, congratulations.
My only question is, how come Fantastic Four has 6 team members?
They're awesome, aren't they? And we wanted to share the video before and then bring on that amazing team to share their insights. So did you want to go ahead and share the video?
Awesome. All right.
You share with sound? Kamal or whoever is sharing, got to share it with sound. You have to stop sharing and share again, Kamal, or stop sharing
You have to stop.
and then share again with sound. There's a sound flag.
At the bottom left, when you share your screen.
Start sharing, there's a sound button.
Let me share my screen.
Congratulations, Team 34. While we wait
Yeah.
for the
So while we are waiting for it, is Team 34 here? Are you guys here? Say hi. Ooh. Ooh.
I know. Okay.
Hello. Agriculture accounts to about 68% of the population in India. The technological advancements have led agriculture's share in GDP increase to 19.9% in 2020-2021 after 17 years. Although machines have been an instrumental factor driving technological aspects of agriculture, recently data and its analysis has proved that it can be exploited to produce best results. Thousands of farmers are losing their lives to debts because they are not able to produce as much as before. Uneven rainfall, chemical imbalance in the soil contributes mainly to the decrease in yield. Thus, our problem statement was developed. We have gathered a data set built by augmenting data sets of rainfall, climate, and fertilizer data available from GitHub. This will give us a better idea of the trends of crops considering different environmental and geographical factors.
We apply descriptive statistics visualization and predictive modeling to identify the crops that can be grown at stipulated temperature and other natural factors. While descriptive analysis enabled us to compare the average requirement for each crop at average conditions, hard clustering and various visualization techniques permitted us to identify homogeneous groups to develop an efficient mixed cropping strategy. Using regression, we determine the strength and relationship between the dependent and series of independent variables. The accuracy of each model, that is logistic regression, decision tree, and SVM, was hence calculated. Decision tree gave us the highest accuracy, so it was used for prediction. IBM-Z was an interactive working console with increased developmental capabilities and resource packages that simplified our development process and improvised our analytical potentialities, producing the desired outputs. Using IBM-Z, the suitable crop to be produced for a given real-time climatic condition has been predicted with an accuracy of 99% using accelerated and optimized analysis. IBM-Z allowed us to integrate multiple data together to analyze the crop patterns and cluster them using various algorithms. This allowed us to understand various trends in the crops and efficiently do mixed cropping and crop rotation. In the future, we plan to deploy it as an app, making it possible to lend a hand to the farmers. Thank you.
All right.
Amazing.
Anyone on the team wants to share what the experience was like? I thought I saw Gitanj.
Yes, ma'am. So it was actually basically a great experience.
You want to come on video, please? Whoever,
okay.
if possible.
Just a second, ma'am.
Yeah, you should be proud now that you got the prize, huh? Move on to the previous slide, please. Yeah. So yeah, you all should be proudly displaying your video now. Anybody else on Team 34 also here? You all could, come on video. Okay, go ahead, Gitanj. I mean, if that's okay, take some time.
Hello, everyone. First of all, thank you for giving such an amazing opportunity. And the experience was amazing. So after a long period, so we had a competition of a grade level. So we are all in a third year. Plus, we all are classmates. So we were seeking for this opportunity where we can work together. And it was a great experience, by the way. And why the team name is Fantastic Four? So basically, first we registered and two of our members were not able to register. So first we kept it as Fantastic Four. And then when the forms reopened and two of our friends just registered, and then we were like, hey, why to change the name? Let's keep it Fantastic Four instead of 6. That was.
So you were from which college?
VIT Chennai, sir.
Good.
I also like to thank IBM jury for conducting this very good session and giving the feedback of every project. And thank you, everyone. for giving.
Yes,
And
thank
also,
you.
this is our first datathon that we own. Previously, we
That you
participated,
won.
but this is the first one we own.
Yes.
Excellent. Excellent.
Congratulations. Yes. Thank you.
Sudarshana, you want to explain
So-
the mentorship prize, Sudarshana? What happens
So
in the
no,
mentorship?
just 1 minute. So you might also want to connect to Dr. K. Ganeshan. He's also leading the mainframe, education in VIT Chennai. Okay.
Yes,
Dr.
Ganesh.
K. Ganeshan.
We know.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
We are connected
Yes,
to him.
Okay.
Awesome. Excellent. Thank you, Joydeep, for
Thank you so
making
much,
that
Jadid, sir.
connection. Yeah, so I'm sure you noticed that as part of the prize, you get an extension of your ML on Z instance for 3 more months, right? So you get to continue to build that project and also build that front end UI that you would like to, and work with our IBM Z SMEs. You get a 3-month mentorship from IBM Z SMEs. So that will also be part of what you are winning here today outside of the dollar amount. So we look forward to continuing to work with the team to help you with, really working on and building up your project furthermore. So congratulations again.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, back to you, Jean.
All right, so now moving to second place, I'll share a little bit about the winning submission before we announce the team. So the inspiration for the second place winning team was to address the challenge in society of fake news. The team developed a model which can use machine learning on Z and the power of IBM Z to handle massive data and transactional workloads to detect fake news from a multitude of media sources and identify accurate and factual news. So what's in store for Fake News Detector? The team plans to convert their project into a working API and an extension for web browsers. The solution could also be leveraged in social media to classify news as fake or real in order to reduce the spread of fake news in society. And the winner of the second place is, drumroll, Team 57, Fake News Detector Team. Woo! Congratulations. Congratulations. We'll take a few minutes to share the video and then we look forward to hearing from the team.
And my name is Malay Damani and these are the members. And so our project is Fake News Detector. Leave the fake news detection to us. So we have imported fake.csv and true.csv and we have taken it from Peggle and here is the website. And this is the short summary of the true.csv file. This is the shape and this is the last entries of it, and this is a demo entry of how the data set is present. And we have used Snowball stemmers for the NLTK.stem, and these are the stop words which we have used to remove to clean the data set so that only the text remains. And here we have used RE so that it is the regular expression, and we have used the TF-IDF vectorizer for this. And this is the train test split. We use 80% of data to train the model while 20% of the data to test it. And we have used the passive aggressive classifier for training our model. And then we filled in our model and the accuracy is almost 0.9%. It is loading for now. And in this one, we have calculated how the data set performs on our test data. And this is the picker. We store the model and then you can try the model for yourself here. So once it runs, Yeah, so this is how our dataset performs. Almost 1020 fake datasets are labeled as fake, while 977 are labeled as real. 977 real are labeled as real. And only 4 data out of the 2000, only 4 datasets are misclassified. So for example, one of our, we can write that Trump is the Trump meets the aliens and abolishes Obamacare. So it comes out as the news is fake. Okay, thank you.
Congratulations again, team. Anyone on the call here wants to share your thoughts? Let's go ahead then with the first place winner, Jean. You're on mute.
My name is Malik.
Oh,
go back to second.
Okay, no, we're good. I think it was the video starting to play again. Never mind.
Oh, okay. Well, and moving on now to our first place winner. I'll share a bit about the winning submission before we announce the team. The inspiration for the winning first place team was that the needs of children with autism in India are not being met sufficiently in either the regular or special education systems. The team sought to assess the prevalence of autism in developing countries and the deviations in ASD or autism spectrum disorders and the screening, which results in so many misdiagnosed ASD patients in developing countries who often receive insufficient services and care. So what's next for this team? By leveraging machine learning on IBM Z, the team can build an app or website using their model and host it publicly, which can help healthcare professionals and also the general public in the screening of ASD with resources they previously may not have had available. And the winner of the first place team is Team 23, Autism Detection in Children Using Machine Learning. Woo! Great
Nice.
place. Loved it. Awesome.
Woo! Woo! Congratulations, team. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
A very warm welcome to Shooting Stars and IBM. I am Ilakya from Team 23. A very warm welcome to Shooting Stars and IBM. I am Ilakya from Team 23, here to explain our project. So our topic is autism detection in children using machine learning. So we will see about the problem statement, inspiration and cost, dataset use, solution, and how IBM Z helped in implementing our solution successfully. So autism is actually a neurodevelopment condition associated with significant healthcare costs, and early diagnosis can actually significantly reduce this cost. Early screening of ASD actually plays a pivotal role in lowering the symptoms of the autism spectrum in patients. However, the problem comes to light when undiagnosed patients reach adulthood, where ASD symptoms and other known mental health disorders tend to overlap. So according to the studies performed by Anjali K. Kapoor, 1 out of 45 children in US versus 23 out of 10,000 children in India are diagnosed with autism. And the reason is not because people in India has less autism, but because the diagnosis in India is very less compared to US because awareness about autism is very less. The inspiration and cost. So the inspiration is, while the disorder is not rare, multitude of people in autism in India and other developing countries are not diagnosed, more critically, do not receive the services they actually need. This problem occurs in many countries, but is especially true in low and income and developing countries, where the tremendous lack of awareness and misunderstanding about autism among the medical professions who may either misdiagnose or underdiagnose the condition. So the reasoning behind our aspiration for this project lies in trying to fathom the prevalence of autism in developing countries and the deviations in ASD screening, which resulted in misdiagnosed ASD patients in developing countries receiving no proper service and care. So the dataset that we used is Autism Spectrum Disorder Screening Data for Children dataset from UCI repository. So this has 20 features where there are 10 questions for adult or for children, plus 10 individual characteristics that have proved to be effective in detecting the ASD cases from controls in behavior science. Though this is for adults, this has been proved very effective for children too, when the person who are very close are very taken very care about particular person with ASD, or if they give the truthful answers. So these are the particular 10 questions that are asked to diagnose a person with autism. The reason for doing such type of survey or question screening for autism is autism cannot be diagnosed using any physical test. So we'll see about the solution now. Machine learning offers advanced techniques that construct automated classifiers that can be exploited by users and clinicians to significantly improve sensitivity, specificity, accuracy, and efficiency in diagnostic discovery. We take data set and classify the data set using models like KNN, support vector machine, and logistic regression. So for the further implementation, we can build an app or website with the solution as backend and make it public for the common people or healthcare professionals to come up with diagnosis easily. So how IBMZ helped us? Using IBMZ, we could host our Jupyter Notebook and dataset very seamlessly. IBMZ Community Cloud is very user-friendly portal, and we could complete our code and modeling without any trouble. IBMZ serves a great interface to host our applications on our cloud. So the tech stack used is Python and the CSV, which is accessed later. So the conclusion is it is definitely possible for early and easy detection of autism if we can use the power of machine learning in the right way. Awareness of autism should begin from ourselves instead of expecting others to be aware. Rather than judging someone for acting erratically in the public health, break the stigma and build a better society where everyone lives in harmony and happily united. So these are our team members. Myself, Akash Kutungal, Tejashwin S, Kenneth Shu, Gianni Hawk, and Vijay. So before concluding, let me share my screen and show how we implemented our code and model using IBMZ Cloud. So as you can see, we started the instance, uploaded the data, and uploaded our Jupyter Notebook here in the Cloud Jupyter. And then we use this to first import the data set from the cloud and then do dataset cleaning, pre-processing, visualization, and then modeling it using training the datasets and then modeling it. All are done seamlessly and successfully through IBMZ Cloud. So that is all from my side, and I thank IBMZ and Shooting Stars for such wonderful opportunity and conducting various useful events which helped us, and also we are very proud that we could implement what we learned and complete this project within 24 hours. Thank you so much for the wonderful opportunity again.
All right. Congratulations again to all the winning teams. Great work, really nicely done. 24 hours is not really too much time, but you've shown what can be done. Truly, you have to be proud of yourselves, and we look forward to continuing to work with you through the next 3 months and, trying to formulate your solutions some more. So congratulations again. Jean, any thoughts?
Just such an honor to be working with the students around the world on this exciting datathon. Thank you, Shooting Stars Foundation, for your partnership, and congratulations to all of you, every one of you. Such an amazing event. Thank you so much.
Team one, anybody, the first prize winners, anybody wants to talk, reflect? I saw Ilakia. Who else is on this team who won the first prize? You guys want to give a reflection? Ilakia, are you there? You want to give a quick reflection? Everybody's shy today.
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes. Can you come on video, please?
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, I'll come on video.
Yeah, go ahead.
So first of all, thank you, IBM, for helping us with this competition. And I'm very lucky to have my team. Actually, there's only 4 of us from India, and just me, my friend from my college, and two of others from other college. And we have 2 more participants from Malaysia. So it was a unique team, and we did work. So the ideas were there were many ideas that were put up, and in the end we fixed to autism because it was, as it was, introduced by Ilakia, the idea of autism, and we fixed to this idea and we started working on it. We had some problems in the execution part, but Tejaswin and Ilakia helped in that part, and in the PPT and the presentation also, Kenneth and Jay and Ilakia worked a lot on that. So the result that we got is a combined effort of all the participants in our team. So I'm proud of my team. That's it.
Awesome job. We loved it.
Very, very cool. Yes. Thank you all. Thank you all. All right. So I think we have one more. All right. So I'd like to leave all of our students here with, some next steps. You heard from an amazing panel this morning around or evening in India and rest of the world about, what are some opportunities and what is IBM-Z and how can you get started on a career? So if you're thinking, hey, how can I gain some basic skills around IBM-Z to get started on my journey? I would recommend and I would strongly request and urge all students here today to register for the IBM-Z student contest, which starts on October 15th, and it goes on for a month until the 15th of November. Yet another great opportunity, not just to learn about IBM-Z, but again, an opportunity to win some prizes and showcase your talent, right? So the link is right there. I'm not going to call it out, but the link is here for you. And another wonderful way to stay in touch and know what is happening in the space of IBM-Z is to be part of our IBM-Z Global Student Hub. So I encourage all of you students to please join the Global Student Hub. And I'm sure our ambassadors who are on the call or other students who are already part of the Global Student Hub will be nodding and saying, yes, that's the best place to know about any of these kinds of opportunities and be really, and a great place to also network with peers, with industry experts, so it is a one-stop place where you will really gain from your opportunity there. So please do sign up and I will leave the students with that. Any other final closing comments? Thank you, everyone.
Congratulations. Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations. See you all soon in our next event. Bye, everybody.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye.